I still wake up every morning. You're the first thing to cross my mind. I still smell your sweet perfume in the early afternoon, when that mountain wind comes blowing through the pines. You're the only thing round here I'm holding on to, 'cause my heart won't, no, my heart won't, no, my heart just won't stop loving you.
Well, you are listening to the music of Modern West, a song called Won't Stop Loving You. And Modern West is fronted by one of the greatest actors of our lifetime, and that's Kevin Costner, who joins us. I think this is the first time ever on the Dori Monson Show. Kevin, what a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you.
I want to talk about Yellowstone. I know that starts its new season. That is such a great show, man. It starts new season a week from Sunday, the 21st, on the Paramount Network. But since I've never talked to you before, Kevin, I got a lot of ground to cover with you, including I always like to. Okay, let's go. I like extracting life lessons from really successful people. And from what I know about you, you get your college degree at Cal State Fullerton. Go Titans. You had kind of a safe life. Might have been a nice middle-class life. Got your business degree. You were kind of dabbling in acting. And then you met somebody who really changed the course of your life. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I think you're talking about Richard Burton. And,
yeah,
there's this moment in time when a lot of us are just trying to figure out, where is the yellow brick road? Where is it? And, and for you, maybe it was music. Maybe you're exactly right where you want to be. Maybe there's something else that's out there. But I was kind of wandering. I was like a rat in a maze chasing the cheese. I went to college. I did all that stuff that you're supposed to do. But none of it was speaking out loud to me. And I knew, as I traced the breadcrumbs in my life backwards, I knew that I had been writing poetry, playing classical piano. I knew music. I knew entertaining, telling stories was something, but coming out of a blue-collar background, I never translated it that that's how a guy could make a living. I thought the people that were on the screen were like born on the screen, but there came this moment where I had to kind of shake loose of this very conservative way I grew up and said, wait a second, everything's possible for me. And as long as it is authentic, as long as it's really my own heartbeat that's telling me to do it. And that's how I started conducting my life. And it's taken me to places that never would have happened had I gone down that, whatever you want to call, traditional or conventional way of living. That scared me more than anything. And, I was not afraid of work. I've worked since I was 16. I've driven trucks, I framed houses, I worked commercial fishing boats. So blue-collar work, to me, is something I still do.
And his advice was, you can't just dabble in it. You got to jump in with both feet and just put all your heart and soul into it.
I've never told anybody what he told me. So I kind of just keep that to myself. But it was an interesting moment because he could have done just the exact opposite, which is we met on a plane, and he could have just said, hey, look, I'm sitting here. He actually bought the 4 seats around him so no one could talk to him. But kind of like the mongoose who plays with the cobra, I didn't know. I just went up to talk to him. He could have completely laid me out, if you will. I mean, the whole plane was dying to know why the hell I even had walked up there. But I was really searching my soul at that moment, and I saw him as somebody that I thought I could talk to. And so the big regret is he never has seen me, in the movies.
Yeah, that does take guts. What was inside of you that said, I'm going to walk into this cone of secrecy with all the empty seats? That's amazing to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, when you're once you kind of are feeling something, it's almost you don't have that fear. You want to have a level of respect, but there was just something that I had to get up because it was like, when you're I grew up as a Baptist, in church, and there's, you're always feeling like the preacher's talking to you. And I'm looking at this guy in the plane, and I'm sitting here trying to make this kind of big decision in my life. Do I go this direction? And there he's sitting, and I don't know what possessed me. It's like somebody pushed a button in me, and I hypnotically walked up there. So that was a moment. It was a quiet one.
Did the Baptist in you tell you that God put him there in your presence for a reason, or vice versa?
I don't walk it back that way, but I feel like there's almost no mistakes out there. You can pray, you can do whatever you want to do in your life, but you're also the person that has to get up in the morning and work at what you do. I hope there's somebody looking over my life. Somebody's had to be, because I've had a pretty blessed life, and my children are safe. I'm safe. It can't be because I'm just a charming person. I do think there's something that covers my life. I do feel that.
We're talking with Kevin Costner, who's made just some of the seminal movies of our time. Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, the two greatest baseball movies ever made. My producer, Nicole, says The Bodyguard is the best movie ever made. And now, one other thing before I get to Yellowstone. When I'm flipping around on the TV, Kevin, one of the movies I can't flip past, Bull Durham's on the list, Field of Dreams is on the list, Air Force One is on the list. And I didn't realize until I was prepping to talk to you today that Air Force One was written for you.
Well, they asked
Is that right?
To do it. Yeah, and I just thought, you know what? Why don't you give it to Harrison? It didn't speak out loud to me. It didn't speak out. I've never been sorry about that, and he was really good in it. But that kind of thing doesn't. I don't lose any sleep over that stuff.
Well, you've had too much success to have regrets like that, I would think. Okay, and then how smart are you? Because, now we're in a time, the world's gone crazy, movie theaters aren't even surviving, and there was a time, 2 decades ago, when movie stars didn't do TV, but you, one of the biggest movie names in the world, you did Yellowstone on the Paramount Network. Is that a leap of faith, or were there some other creative issues that made you realize this is the right vehicle on the right platform at the right time?
Well, yeah, anybody can look back and, trying to, like I say, trace the breadcrumbs of your life. You never know if you're doing something right. This is the second time I've done TV. I did Hatfields and McCoys. And likewise on Hatfield and McCoys, just like Yellowstone, for instance, I made a concept record about how I was feeling during it. It was called Famous for Killing Each Other. And I try to chase writing. And when I decided to do Tales from Yellowstone, part of how I prepare for that is to, with my band, I start writing music about it, about the different characters, about how I might be feeling during the making of it the last 3 years. So the record we have coming out on Friday, which is the 19th, is called Tales from Yellowstone. And it's just a concept record of everything that I've been thinking while making this. It's about the characters. It's music cues that are played in the show, and of course Yellowstone comes out on Father's Day, the 21st. But on the 19th, Tales from Yellowstone comes out. And so if anybody's interested at all about how I go about doing my work, if they see that record, they'll understand what it's about the characters, about how I was feeling.
You used the word blessed a little bit earlier. I can't imagine being, you're just a couple of years older than me. I can't imagine being at a place in life where you can play the music you want, do the projects you want. I can't imagine that there's a better definition of contentment. And that's what I seem to be hearing as I talk to you here.
Well, I tell you for sure, Dori, that is the myth sometimes, that you get everything you want. I still have these dreams, and they don't fall into the conventions of what people want me to do, but they stand clearly for me what I want. And I have to push those uphill to get them over. I can do a lot of things that people want me to do, kind of repeat the same success or do something. But I always feel like my relationship with an audience is about a level of surprise and kind of like having a secret, that secret. I read the best book last night. Now I'm going to tell you about it. I heard the best song yesterday. Now I'm going to tell about it. I have these kind of stories in my head, whether they're 4 minutes long songs like Won't Stop Loving You, or they're a 4-hour Western or about something else. I feel like I have this chance all the time to share something that kind of can be something someone, if you do it right, won't ever forget. And we know that movies are made up of moments like that. So many movies we do don't always work that way, but some, they are about moments that you'll never, ever forget. And I have those things in my head. And the idea that I can just do whatever I want, it's not really true. So anybody out there thinking about it, I have to push it uphill because there are people who want me to do things that and it feels like everything I do seems a little bit too hard for people. But I can't let that kind of kill the dream. So even now, there are things that I want. I got some secrets that I want people to ultimately see. And the only way they're going to ever see it is if I don't let go of it.
Well, I would love to have you back on any time and hear about those stories in your head that have yet to come to fruition. And Kevin, just on a personal note, man, I mean, Bull Durham, Field of Dreams, Dances with Wolves, I just can't tell you how much a fan and how huge those movies were in my 20s and my 30s. You're somebody who has just made such an impact, and it's really a thrill to have you on. Love talking with you.
Thank you very much.
And here's a little bit more of Kevin Costner and Modern West as we head out. That was Kevin Costner joining us here on the Dori Monson Show. Seems like a really good, solid dude, too. Loved having him on. Okay, we got lots to get into. He was telling me about the stories in his head. All right, we have lots more straight ahead as the Dori Monson Show rolls on.
I'm holding on to, 'cause my heart won't. No, my heart won't. No, my heart just won't stop loving you. I catch you in the shadows of the valley. I hear the river whispering your name. I gave up letting go a long, long time ago. I've gotten used to living with the pain. There ain't no way your memories ever cutting me loose, 'cause my heart won't, oh my heart won't, no my heart just won't stop loving you. Well, it's never gotten over being broken. I've done everything I know to do. Your memory surrounds me. It's the only mountain I can't move. 'Cause my heart won't, oh my heart won't, oh my heart just won't stop loving you. Well, it's never gotten over being broken. I've done everything I know to do. Your memory surrounds me, the only mountain I can't move. So my heart won't, no my heart won't, no my heart just won't stop loving you.
Celebrating the life and career of Dori Monson. You're listening to the very best of the Dori Monson Show.